They're loud, brash, obnoxious, hilarious, and outrageous. Most importantly, they bring life and character to the cultural conversation surrounding the game. That's why we're celebrating the big personalities in the NHL today on the lineup. Welcome to the lineup, the only sports show as explosive as John Tortorella. I'm your host, Adam Ray. Let's see what guests we've got lined up. Welcome to the show, Joey Elias.
Hello.
You're a comedian. You're also a radio personality that travels all around the world to entertain our Canadian troops.
Yeah.
You went to Afghanistan and the North Pole. Which one do you prefer?
It all depends on the wind chill.
Is that okay?
Yeah. If it's a cool breeze in Afghanistan, lovely.
All right.
And if it's a warm breeze in the North Pole, lovely.
A little bit of coolness here with Larry Day.
How
You
you
are
doing?
an actor. You're paired up with Joey Elias. We've seen you in a ton of films, including Jesse Owens' biopic called Race.
That's correct.
But you, sir, are a connected guy. You once DJ'd a private party for the Jackson 5?
I started in show business as a DJ way back in the days when sex was safe and gas was 50 cents a liter.
Nice.
Jacksons came in, they were doing their victory tour, and they wanted a club to relax after the show, so they called up the doorman who thought it was a joke, but they showed up half an hour later and kicked everybody out, and we partied with the Jacksons still.
Considering Jackson 5, half hour's not too bad. Only a half hour there, not bad.
That was
not
when
bad.
they were 5, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Michael was cool.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Well done. You guys are going to be facing off against this man right here, George Laraque. You were voted the top enforcer in 2008 by Sports Illustrated. But a lot of people, George, don't know your soft side. Like when you figure skate, you any good?
No, I'm not good.
That's what I thought.
No, I'm not good, but again, I'm doing it to fight intimidation. A lot of guys gets it, especially kids that wants to practice the sport. Parents think it's not for them, it's only for girls. So I do this to show that, and I've said it many times, figure skating is harder mentally and physically than hockey.
Yeah, and you know what? You do a lot of great stuff for the community. You're always been proactive. We could spend the entire show with your intro, but well done and great to have you here. You're paired up with Adam Susser. You're the host of Abs Inside Out. You're a pretty hardcore dude. Like that one time you took a stick to the face before a big event?
Yeah, I was just before my 13th birthday, had my bar mitzvah, hockey stick to the face. But that's why they paired me with George, because I'm the second toughest guy here.
Nice. Look at this guy. He's already plugging himself. I love it. Gentlemen, over the next 3 periods, our teams are going to engage in a battle of knowledge and strategy on their way to creating a list of the top 10 big personalities in the NHL. The hockey pros at WatchMojo have selected 20 players who they feel are most likely to make this list. Gentlemen, this is your draft pool. You'll find a mix of players, coaches, executives, and broadcasters, from lovable jokesters to controversial contrarians. Just for fun, we've hidden a couple of names. Those are our wild cards. You can pick those at any time. And we've also selected a player who we feel is most likely to be at the top of the list. And that is our MVP, the coach from Coach's Corner himself, Don Cherry. He's off the table for now. Team Blue, any players up there that you would have liked to see that are not in the draft pool?
I think Dave Schultz.
Yeah.
That, just to nickname the Hammer. How could you not have a personality when people call you Hammer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Guy Lafleur should be up there. It's just for his personality when he was playing in Montreal.
Okay, anybody on your lists?
Theo Fleury.
Theo Fleury.
Theo Fleury was really surprised that he wasn't there. There's many great stories with him. Great ambassador for the game. Many controversy too also, but this like smallest guy that played in the NHL back in the days.
That took a lot of space.
Yeah. So like a guy like that not on that list, it's a mistake from you guys.
Okay, so you're calling out our writers, is that what you're saying? All right, it's noted, I'm taking a note of that. Adam, anybody real quick?
That's it. We agreed on Fleury. He was one of my favorite players. Is I liked how, small guy, 5'6", played huge, super quick. It's agreed.
All right, I'm loving the energy.
Two hockey minds.
Two hockey minds connecting as one.
Minds,
you guys are in for some trouble here.
Well, we have vodka on our mind.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, gentlemen, let's start drafting. In the entry draft, each team will have the chance to pick some players to get them started. We'll go back and forth playground style until both teams have their first 3 players. You guys won the chili cook-off backstage. You guys get to go first. What's your first pick?
Go ahead.
We're going to take John Tortorella.
Yeah.
Tortorella.
Torts.
All right. Gotta love his press conferences.
Listen, as a broadcaster, he is a gem. You know what I mean? And I love the fact, I think wherever he goes, he should have brought Brooks from the New York Times with him. I mean, those press conferences are just legendary. Hey, Brooksy, you ruined the whole day for everybody.
It felt like he said that every press conference.
I loved it.
How you guys gonna counter that?
Sean Avery.
Sean Avery, one of the few guys on this list to have a rule named after him. The Sean Avery rule forbids screening of the goalie by facing him directly. Avery said, and he also thought the move was inspired, but the league, of course, thought otherwise. Good pick. All right, Team Blue?
We're going to go with wild card number 1.
Wild card, rolling the dice. I love that energy. You guys regretting not going with the wild card? No?
No.
All right, here we go. Wild card 1 or wild card 2?
It's a bad move. They don't know what they're doing.
Wild card one?
Yeah, let's go on.
Jeremy Roenick. Never one to mince words, Roenick has been known for calling people around the league out on things he doesn't agree with, including, of course, Commissioner Bettman. Done that a couple of times.
There you go.
Good pick. All right, your second pick.
We're going with Ilya Bryzgalov.
Bryzgalov, known for his, quote, humongous big personality and eccentric opinions on the universe, including this gem, quote, if you see the big picture, our galaxy is like a small, tiny dot in the universe. And you think, like, we have some problems here on Earth that we're worried about compared to, like, don't worry, be happy, unquote. All right,
Yeah,
well done.
he's insane. That's why we're team crazy so far.
That's a simpler way of saying that. Thank you. Team Blue?
Let's go, Burke. All right.
All right, Brian Burke.
Brian Burke. Pretty opinionated. Press conference as well, and a little bit of bad beef.
Why
here with
does
the
he
reporters.
even put on a tie in the morning?
It's true.
Right? I mean, by the time he starts the press conference, it's undone. Just a waste of time in the morning.
All
if
right.
he's watching, just go with T-shirts and a blazer, Brian.
It works.
Like this.
Yeah,
like what
this
you
is
got
the
going
look.
on there. All right, this is a look. Last pick.
PK Subban.
PK Subban, his sense of style, sense of humor, and extensive charity work have endeared him to fans, but he's been criticized for his cockiness and showboating on the ice. Well done, well said, well good. Quick question for you. You've played in some locker rooms with some big personalities.
Yeah.
How difficult is it when these guys have big egos or big personalities?
Well, for the guys, it doesn't matter. It depends, though. If you lose a lot of games, especially in a market like Montreal, because we're going to be talking about PK later, it's different because it could get on some guys' nerves if you're losing. Because if you're eccentric, you have to make sure that it's a good atmosphere, the team is winning. But that's why sometimes it might get on guys' nerves if you're losing. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much the media that plays with this more than the guys. Because most of the time, the guys are like, they don't really care. If the guy is too eccentric, you just don't listen to him. Doesn't matter. But sometimes media love to make stories with to sell ratings, right?
Right. To George's point, Team Blue, if the guy is or if the player is delivering the goods, do you have any problem with somebody having a big personality in the locker room? Do you sort of take turn a blind eye to it and say, do your thing?
Hey, listen, if he's playing and he's making it work on the ice, I don't give a crap what he does with otherwise.
I agree. If you do what you have to do on the ice and during those 60 minutes of playtime, who cares?
All right. Teams, I got to tell you guys are off to some really interesting first picks, but we're about to make things a whole lot more difficult. It's time for the next period, game night. If our teams want to get the best possible players for the next 7 draft picks, they'll need to rely on their hockey knowledge because game night is all about trivia. Every time a team answers a question correctly, they get to draft first. The first 2 questions are a one-on-one trivia showdown. Whoever buzzes in first gets to answer. If they get it wrong, the other team can steal. If neither of them get it right, the person who buzzed in first wins the round and, of course, gets the pick. All right, come on up here. Joey, George? Feeling intimidated here? NHL enforcer? What's going on?
You should feel intimidated. Look
I don't
at you,
actually.
man.
I really
Look at you
don't.
guys.
I'm feeling good right now.
Yeah, safe. Like you're the mobster in this, right? You're
Exactly.
Like,
I'm
you can
just
say
like,
anything.
this is
and
the
you got
deal,
the-
guys.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Your question is, in 1996, superstars Jeremy Roenick and Patrick Roy had a famous war of words in the media. According to his legendary zinger, why couldn't Patrick hear Jeremy's chirps?
Because Patrick said he couldn't hear because he had his Stanley Cup plugged in his ear.
That's correct, George Laraque. Years later, Roenick visited the Avalanche practice arena, and someone asked Patrick if they had spoken since, and he said, I had the other 2 rings in my mouth, so I couldn't say anything. Well done. Well done. What were you going to say?
I was going to say nothing.
Okay, go back to your positions then. Head back to your positions, gentlemen.
As you can see, I'm not celebrating because, it's...
You're not just a person.
It's the first of many victories. That's
was too-
why we'll
it's too
celebrate
easy.
at the
Let's
end.
pull up the
Just
draft
be
pool.
polite for the beginning, don't worry.
And it's your pick. Team Red, go ahead.
Who do you like? He's not there. Patrick Roy. I guess he's a wild card. Can we pick a wild card?
You could if you wanted to.
Do you want to do that? You see some? Okay, we're going for the wild card.
Wild card number 2. Patrick Roy. Roy's
there you
fiery
go.
reputation off the ice, both as a player and as a coach, speaks for itself. One of the most superstitious NHL stars ever, and he is also one of the most decorated. Good pick, guys. What's your counter pick, Team Blue?
Okay, so
We're going to do Alex Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin.
Very hot, my friends. He's
Not
hot.
right now.
Okay.
Another bad pick right there.
How do you
That's what I
figure?
think. He's not that. Listen, again, it's
We're
'cause
not
of the
talking
list.
stats, man. We're talking
Exactly.
personality.
Exactly.
He's a nice guy. There's a lot of dirty players
Why
out
can't
there.
you be a nice guy and have personality?
Speaking
Look
of
at your partner. Look at your partner. Nice
the
guy
way-
personality.
Yeah, he's not on the list. If that's the way you want to go, fine. We're going
Well,
for
maybe he's the
dirty
wild card.
down.
Speaking of dirty players,
wild.
Adam, Larry, come on up here. Let's go.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Your question is, Which St. Louis Blues sniper turned executive was responsible for putting an end to the conga line goal celebration for his team?
It's all yours.
No, I
Larry.
insist. Go ahead.
Larry,
No,
I've been a little harsh on you. I want to.
Whoever buzzes in first. Sorry, I had something caught in my throat there.
Larry, do it.
What happens if we? Yeah. Okay.
Just say anything.
George Laraque.
George Laraque was close, but no, that is incorrect. Chance to steal?
Chance to steal. Can I discuss with my partner? Or is
No,
me?
it's all on you.
No.
We're looking
go-
for a St. Louis Blues sniper
Oh, okay.
turned executive.
Brett Hull.
That's correct.
Yes.
Hall said that he and some other folks in the
Why didn't I guess
organization
that?
urged the team to act like they've never done before after scoring. Good job. Gentlemen, back to your positions. Let's pull up the draft pool once again. Team Red, you guys are in the pick again. Let's
my
go.
God, see?
I think you have to pick Brett Hull just because he was the answer.
No, you would say that again. The wrong answer. That's the.
But no, the
not
answer
gonna do
should
it.
be your draft
He's all
pick.
yours.
I think so too.
all yours.
Shall we vote on it?
Okay, we're gonna go for. We're going for Chris Pronger.
Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
Okay. Team Blue, your counter pick.
Let's do Brad Marchand.
Brad
Okay.
Marchand.
Yeah. The
Oh, ours
weasel.
doesn't matter.
He's hated, man.
I
He is
love
hated,
that man.
guy.
But he's the type of guy that you want on your team, right? Brad Marchand's like the little rat, like a Kenny Linsman, where you love to have him on your team, but you hate playing against him.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, out of all the picks they've made, is there one that stands out for you guys where they just got it completely wrong?
Well, Tortorella obviously is the best one.
Yeah, that's the only good pick they've made. On it, maybe Roenick a bit. I'm serious. Every other pick not on our list.
Brian Burke.
And it's like I didn't even play hockey.
What do you mean,
I
Brian
kinda-
Burke?
Brian Burke?
Brian Burke.
Listen,
yeah.
this guy is like a time bomb.
There was 20 names on there.
Yeah.
Like you look at all the names that are there. You get it. He's not. When is the last time you heard a bomb from him?
Because he hasn't been drinking. As soon as that Irish guy gets into St. Paddy's is going to show up once in the calendar year. He's going to have a little nip, and then he's going to have the best press conference he's ever had.
Fortunately for you gentlemen, we're not serving alcohol on our show. But for these next two questions, we're upping the stakes. Instead of getting one draft pick for a correct answer, teams will win two. Also, the winner of this round gets a chance to really mess things up on the other team by forcing a trade so they can take their least desirable player and swap it out for the other team's top pick. I'll read out a question that will require a team to place 4 items in the right order. Teams can choose to play the question or pass it. Being right wins you the next pick. All right, this question's for you, gentlemen. We are asking you to place these NHL rule changes in chronological order. Before I give you your options, do you want to play? Or you could always pass it over to these guys.
I want to pass. What do you? Unless you feel like you know it. I feel like you know everything. but-
You played the game, George! You played the game!
I could.
Okay.
He's got a big advantage.
We're taking it.
too,
We're taking it.
I would
Yeah,
take it.
we're taking
You're
it.
going to take it! Love it! Your options are. Your
Brains
options
and brawn
are.
right there.
You broke all the rules. You don't know all the rules.
Here we go. Your options. Goalies permitted to drop to the ice. The second is forward passing permitted. The third, trapezoid behind the net. And the last is the coach's challenge. Go. Any of your personal favorites up there, gentlemen?
No.
No.
My all-time favorite is Cam Neely. He should have been on that. He's got a personality. He's a
That short career.
short career only because some idiot need him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you look at it, he did get 50 and 50, right? He was definitely a chatty player.
Yep.
He was tough.
Larry, you mentioned Guy Lafleur before. Do you have anyone
John
else?
Ferguson.
Yes.
The old enforcer
Good
from the
pick,
Canadians
yeah.
back in the day. He should have been up there as well.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that there's a lot of old-timey players that I'm assuming that our generation saw or read about that a new generation has. Like Eddie Shack was known as the entertainer.
Right.
Nowhere near. And I think if you went up to, a diehard hockey fan in their 20s right now and you went Eddie Shack, they'd be like, who?
Yeah, who? Yeah,
So-
well said, well said. All right, Team Red, let's take a look how you did. We asked you to place these NHL rule changes in chronological order. You said forward passing permitted, goalies permitted to drop to the ice, trapezoid added behind the net, and the coach's challenge. That is incorrect. It is goalies permitted to drop to the ice, and then forward passing permitted, and then of course you got the last two right. Just in terms of times and years, goalies permitted to drop to the ice was 1918, forward passing permitted 29-30, trapezoid behind the net 05-06, and goalies challenge 2015-2016. And by the way, before 1910, the periods games were played in 2 30-minute periods at that time. Very cool. So you guys unfortunately got it wrong. You guys earned 2 picks, and you get to swap one of these guys. You can jack one of their players. Let's start with your 2 picks.
Our 2 picks? All right, I'll let you pick the first one.
Okay, let's go with Phil Kessel.
Phil Kessel, and your second pick?
I like Brett Hull.
Brett Hull.
He's always had a few words to say, eh?
Okay. Gentlemen, your counter picks?
This Brett Hall is so bad. Like, that's what you guys do with the advantage you have. You take Brett Hall?
Oh, wait
Brett
till
Hall.
Wait till you see what we
trade.
do, baby. It's all strategy.
Gentlemen, I need your picks.
Okay, we got 2 here. I'm going to say
I read The Art
Messier.
of War twice a week.
You're going Mark Messier?
Yeah.
Okay, your second pick?
Yeah, get the guy who pitches playing chips.
Barnaby. Matthew Barnaby.
Matthew Barnaby. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, keep your mouth shut.
Mark
okay?
Messier. Yeah,
Keep your mouth
he's
shut.
hey, Frito-Lay guy.
Exactly. No.
Hey, he's so
And you're the
tough.
hockey expert, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the hockey expert of the team.
The only reason you know what Mark Messier is.
He can't even tell which one of us played hockey, this guy. Doesn't
but
know what's
you know,
going
I
on.
said you're the expert. He's the
But you
player.
heard, the only reason why they know Mark Messier is he said he eating chips.
George,
Yeah.
They don't even
George,
watch hockey, but he knows
They
that
watch
he's eating
commercials.
chips.
George,
They
in
eat
case
chips.
you forgot, they have the right to swap one of your players out. So I kind of keep it down
But
a
they
little
have
bit.
so many bad
So,
ones that
yeah.
even if they do,
All
it
right.
doesn't matter.
Let's go, gentlemen. Team Blue,
They have a
who are you
collection
giving
of
away
bad
and
ones.
who are you taking?
We are going to give them Brian
Why don't we
Burke.
give him Brian Burke? Yeah.
Oh, in the
And we're
team.
going to take Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh.
They got
for
one
Brian
good
Burke.
player now on their list here.
All right, gentlemen,
Good job.
you have a chance at redemption because for this question, the winner once again gets 2 picks, but they get to go on the power play, meaning they get to send one of their opponents to the penalty box for the next round. Here we go. Questions for you, Team Blue.
Okay.
Plenty of guys have big egos, but some actually have the hardware to back it up. Place these players with big personalities in order from most Stanley Cup wins to fewest. Before I give you your options, do you want to play? Or you can just pass it over to these guys.
Play.
Well, they played, and then we'll play.
All right, well done. Your options are Chris Pronger, Jeremy Roenick, Mark Messier, Chris Chelios. Adam, out of curiosity, Team Red, why are there less colorful personalities in the NHL than NBA or the NFL? Is it because they don't embrace it as much?
It's totally different. The mentality in the two sports is different. In football and basketball, you can see always the eye, like they talk in the person, they don't always refer to the team. In hockey, maybe it's because of the education, because you have to go to school the way we are.
But basketball's a team sport as well, right? They
Yeah.
have to work together as a unit to make it
but
happen.
you've heard so many guys when they talk, they don't refer as a team all the time. In hockey, we always credit to the team. Guys have education, they go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them go to college, American college, right? So hockey is not ready for that. They don't want the sport to be flamboyant like the other sport. It's more calm, we wear a tie.
Yeah.
It's like
Their
the league
brands.
is really controlling the way that the message is relayed. And if you say too much stuff out of line, you could get suspended, you could get fined. Like Avery got fined that one
That's
time
right.
when he said something. In football or basketball, you say something like that publicly and you'll be fine.
All right, let's see if these guys are out of line. Team Blue, we asked you to place these players with big personalities in order from most Stanley Cups to fewest. You guys said Mark Messier, Chris Chelios, Chris Pronger, and Jeremy Roenick. That's correct.
Yes.
Well done, Team Blue. Mark Messier, 6 cups.
Who's the expert now?
Finally got something right. Finally got something right.
Gentlemen, you have earned yourself 2 picks, and you get to send one of these guys to the penalty
We know
box. So
that's
let's start
good.
with your 2 picks first.
All right, I'll let you pick first.
All right, so we're going to go this time with Chris Chelios.
Chris Chelios. Okay, your second pick.
Well, I don't like him, but I'll take Mike Milbury.
Mike Milbury. Definitely a big person. I can't
If you
believe
don't
Mike
like that
Milbury
pick, I
took that
will
long.
beat you with my shoe.
Is he an older player? I'm not that old.
See, then you don't know hockey.
you go.
Your
Yeah,
counter
listen,
picks,
I'm
Team
not-
Red.
you've
Show
been
me you
alive
know
so
hockey,
much
Team
longer
Red.
than me. I'm a young tyke.
Your counter picks.
Counter picks? I like, Laviolette and McGuire. What do you think?
Yeah.
All the wild cards are done, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Need your pick? Your first pick?
McGuire or Luongo? Luongo.
Roberto Luongo. Lou has a great sense of humor, which fans often hear in his interviews and on his Twitter account. When Tom Brady won his 5th Super Bowl, he tweeted, "Me and Tom Brady have a combined 5 championships." #bless. Good pick. And your second pick.
Laviolette?
Yeah.
Peter Laviolette.
Peter
Is
Laviolette.
he even in the league anymore?
Listen, he's on the list. I don't make the list. He's on the list.
All right, Team Blue, you've earned yourself the right to send one of these fine gentlemen to the penalty box. Who will it be?
Oh, I think it's got to be Junior.
Yeah, they can't stand the heat. They're intimidated. The pressure.
No,
It's
2 minutes
raining
from-
Is that
down
your
on
sales
them.
pitch to not be
radio.
sent?
I want
Is
to
that it?
see. I just want to see the bar mitzvah boy who took the stick in the face be tough in the penalty box. This guy's already been there.
You'll see.
Is it
numerous
official?
times.
It's official?
Yeah.
Adam
Official,
Susser?
yeah. Bye-bye.
Adam
Susser.
Susser. It's official. You're taking 2 for the team. Get in that penalty box.
Screw you guys. Screw you.
Enjoy.
It suits him, eh?
All right, so now that Team Red is shorthanded, things are about to get really interesting as we're moving on to the speed drill. Teams have to answer 5 rapid-fire questions. Whoever gets more correct gets that sweet, sweet MVP pick, Dawn Grapes Cherry. Teammates can work together on this one. Of course, one of our teams is shorthanded. The good news for them, though, in the case of a tie, they win. Here we go, teams.
Let me just say this, George. Don't worry. I play alone a lot, and it usually works out all right. You know what I mean? So good luck.
Your question.
Good luck, guys.
And you're looking lonely over there.
Hockey players have been known to say the same old thing in interviews. I've seen you do that a couple times, George. So when they say something unusual, it really stands out. For each of the personalities, identify which strange quote they actually said. Question 1. Jacques Plante. Did he say, "Being a goalie is hard work, especially for the guys who have to fix your face"? Or did he say, "How would you like a job where every time you make a mistake, a big red light goes on and 18,000 people boo"? Question 2. Alex Ovechkin. Did he say, "Right now I'm scoring goals and I'm the king of the world. And a couple of weeks ago I was almost in the toilet. So maybe you just forgot to flush me"? Or did he say, "I score because I celebrate. If I never scored, I'd never celebrate. And that makes me score more"? Brett Hall. Did he say, "Sure, I worship the hockey gods, piss them off, and you'll be sent down to the minors"? Or did he say, "Brains make up for talent. You could play in this league with a lot of brains and a little talent"? Question 4. Mike Milbury. It's unbelievable that after more than 30 years in the game, pummeling a guy with his loafer will be my legacy. Or did he say, "Of course I kept the shoe. Why would I give it back? That thing's probably worth a fortune on the internet"? Question 5. Pierre McGuire. Did he say, "He's got soft hands and softer skin"? Or, "You're an announcer with a long stick from time to time"? Okay, gentlemen, let's see how you did.
Can I just say that that was ridiculously hard?
Yeah.
And also, those quotes were all ridiculously stupid.
Are you pre-positioning your bad performance in the speed drill?
Absolutely.
That's exactly
And I'm
what
going
you're
to say
doing.
something just as awful when this is over.
Go
And
ahead.
actually, this is the game. I think whoever gets it with Cherry wins it all.
Well, you never know. You never know. Let's do it. Here we go. Question number 1. Jacques Plante. Team Blue, you said being a goalie is hard work. Team Red, you said how would you like a job where? The correct answer is the how would you like a job where comment. Team Red. Got it. Well done.
Lucky.
I didn't think there were 18,000 people back then watching hockey.
But there's 24 now, so.
The next question, Alex Ovechkin, you both said I scored because I celebrate comment. And the correct answer is, right now I'm scoring goals and I'm the king of the world.
Well,
so
we're perfect.
technically, Team Blue, you got that incorrect. And Team Red, you got that incorrect as well.
Well, we're
Perfect.
We're solid.
We're 2 for 2.
Yeah. We're on a streak.
Question 3, just on a side note, in case you guys haven't done the math. If he gets this question correct and you don't, he actually walks away with the MVP because there's no way for you to come back from that. Because a tie or a win does it. Here we go.
What?
Brett Hall. Team Blue, you said, "Sure, I worship the hockey gods." Team Red, you said, "Brains make up for talent." For the MVP,
Here we go.
there it is.
I knew that one.
Brains make up for talent. You can play in this league with a lot of brains and a little talent. You've earned yourself the MVP, George Laraque.
Guys, actually, I have a question for you guys. How can you guys can lose to a brother? Hockey's not our sport.
I'm Jewish. We're usually we're usually your agent.
That is true.
George is like, "That's true."
Good comeback. My agent is actually Jewish.
On a side note, you've earned yourself the MVP. Don Cherry, former Boston Bruins coach and longtime hockey commentator for CBC and occasionally NBC, known for his outspoken opinions, loud delivery, and even louder suits. You guys have earned yourself Pierre McGuire on YouTube.
joy.
You can find more than one highlight reel of weird Pierre McGuire moments. The fact that you can also find Pierre McGuire memes and drinking games tells you everything you need to know.
Also, Pierre says a lot of things about people's skin. I don't know if you've realized that. A lot, like that quote that we had to Was that the right one, the soft skin?
Well, question 4 was Mike Milbury, and the correct answer to that was, it's unbelievable that after 30 years in the game, pummeling a guy with a loafer will be my legacy.
Got that right.
I got it right, too. I got it, too.
And Pierre McGuire was, you're an announcer with a long stick from time to time. He was actually talking to Dutchie when he mentioned Hal Gill using a long hockey stick.
Actually, can I just say one more comment about you guys' strategy? How do you guys not send to the penalty box a guy that played in the NHL?
Again, you've been there way too many times.
Exactly.
Why go back? Like, you know what?
That's why you guys lost.
Actually, we were being
Yeah,
nice
but I'm
here.
just saying.
Bad strategy.
You know, like
Absolutely.
I go to
Actually,
Vegas
it's
a
got a
lot all the time, you know? So that's why I think the winner goes to Vegas.
Nothing
right?
personal, Joey.
And that's why I'm just like, I've been too many times.
No, Joey. Nothing personal, but I want to be on his team next time, okay?
Oh, all right. The draft pool is empty, and I think I've read enough Pierre McGuire quotes for one day. So that's the end of game night. Here we go with the final countdown. Team Red is back at full strength. Adam, welcome back from the penalty box. Your
Thank
boy
you.
George hooked it up.
I knew he'd do it. These guys are idiots.
Our teams will now rank their draft picks from 10 to 1 to create their list of the top 10 big personalities in the NHL. Gentlemen, you have 60 seconds, and then we'll see whose list is ultimate. Your 60 seconds starts now. For those who win the cup, the fun really begins when they spend some quality time with the hardware. Here, the lineup takes a look at the top 3 craziest Stanley Cup exploits. Number 3, Stan's feeling blessed. It appears that Colorado defenseman Sylvain Lefebvre took the Lord in Lord Stanley literally. He filled it with holy water and had his daughter Alexandra baptized in it. Number 2, Cursed Cup. Sweet turned very sour after the Rangers won it all in 1940. To celebrate Madison Square Garden's mortgage being paid off, management set it aflame in the cup. Many think it damned the franchise to a historical 54-year cup drought. And number 1, the Flower kidnaps the cup. In 1979, Guy Lafleur couldn't wait to bring the cup back to his hometown, so he did it. Details are sketchy, but it seems he stole the car of a Canadiens official who was transporting the cup, loaded it into the getaway car, and went MIA for 2 days. It's said that the Flowers heist was the impetus for the practice of giving each player a day with the club. And those are just the stories we know of. Lord Stanley is sworn to secrecy. Speaking of swearing, Team Blue, talk to me about your list. What's going on?
It's solid.
We would
That's
like
all.
to have Don Cherry, mind you, but aside from that.
Tortorella, Patrick Roy, Roenick.
Top 3.
Surprising Roenick ahead of Patrick Roy.
Absolutely, just because I feel that Patrick got him back, so we gave Jeremy the honor.
And out of curiosity, Alex Ovechkin, you had him early on. You seemed to pump him up real high. Now he's only in 8th place. What's up with that?
Well, you look at it historically. I mean, I don't think he's still new to the game. He's got to, it's like a wine. You got to age it. Give him another 3-4 years, he'll be number 5.
Yeah.
George is laughing at your pitch here, George. I think you got it in the bag here, George. Talk to me about your list.
I'm going to step in here. We got the best of all ends here. We got Mark Messier, who's the most loved NHL player of all time. Don Cherry, okay, just keep your mouth shut for a second. Don Cherry, he's a love him or hate him type of guy. Sean Avery is the most hated. So these are top 3, easy.
PK Subban, number 4. You put him pretty high up there.
Yeah, but again, Don Cherry is so hard because once you get him, he counts for like 3 picks.
Yeah.
And Sean Avery called himself the villain in the NHL, and I have a little history with him. So everybody knows who he is because of many things. So when you look at that list, I think that there's no contest. Sorry,
You know
guys.
what? Cherry, Avery, Messier, Subban, I tend to agree with you. I'm going to give it to you guys. Well done, Team Red. Well done.
Sorry, guys.
Team Blue, you guys still did a kick-ass job. It's okay, Joey. Don't cry. It's fine.
All right.
Where can people
Fine.
catch you?
They can catch me on Twitter, Bruins_514.
Nice.
Yeah.
Larry Day, what are you up to?
Going to be doing the largest charity event, gourmet charity event, I should say, in Montreal called Strangers in the Night, which is 13th year. We've raised over $4 million. We're raising some more.
Wow.
Styx is going to be the entertainment this year. So
Styx.
August
Love
25th,
that.
go to strangersinthenight.ca.
Well done. Thanks for being on the
Thank
show. I
you.
appreciate it. Team Red, George Laraque, where are you off to next?
I do so many things, but it's all compressed in my website, georgelaraque.com. You can go in there, contact me, and we could do business together.
Awesome. You're a great sport. Thanks for taking the time. Adam Susser,
Check me out on my website, adamsusser.com, or just be my friend on Facebook. I'm very
are
active
you
on
looking for
Facebook.
likes, Adam Susser?
I'm looking for likes. I'm looking for friends. I got a lot of time.
More friends than likes, let's be honest.
It'll probably take stalkers along with it,
On that
right?
note, I thought Team Red had the better list, but hey, I just read whatever's on the prompter. Tell us in the comments who you thought had the stronger list. I'm Adam Reed, and we'll see you next time on Watch Mojo's The Lineup. Check out more episodes of The Lineup here, and be sure to subscribe to Watch Mojo for more great videos every day.